price fixing. And someone said that sometimes it's the middlemen and the farmer, the middlemen and the traders that exploit the consumers. That the farmers sell cheap, and the middlemen and traders, they exploit Nigerians. I won't even ask my guest whether it's true or not. And then we've also talked about the age limit. Hey, if they're too whatever to go to school, why don't you just send them to the farms? I don't know if those are the people that my guest this morning is expecting. Dr. Mrs. Moji Davids is the one I'm speaking to next. Good morning, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
She's referred to as a farmer, though she's a trained accountant. Gosh, what a combination. An accountant and a farmer. But she's been in the agricultural sector in the past 15 years after sojourning outside of the country for a number of years and returned to Nigeria with her husband, farmer Sheyi Davids, to establish their farms. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So, tell us about Extra Large Farms and Resort. Who are you?
Basically, like the name says, we are farmers. So, but we are farmers who have come into the industry to make a change. So, the first thing we discovered when we got into farming was that agriculture in Nigeria is not wearing an appealing apparel at all. Nobody is ever dreaming. Like we're talking about the schools and all that. Nobody's ever dreaming of sending their children to school so that they can become farmers. And what is going to happen in the future? So we said, okay, so the best way to come into this, at least from our own point of view, is to wear an entirely new apparel for agriculture in Nigeria. Make it fun, make it appealing, make it something that even the youth, will be proud to say, I'm a farmer, and they would love to do agriculture business. But we all know that, to be very honest, agriculture is not easy. We've been in it for going to 16 years now. It's not easy at all. There are too many challenges. So how can we, redefine agriculture and make it appealing as well as profitable? So we now, we are farmers. We have 21 different staple foods, Nigerian staple foods, your rice, your beans, your garri, your palm oil, the things you eat every day. Those are the things we farm, but void of chemicals. We don't make use of any type of chemicals, in producing our food. Then we now, in the aspect of wearing a new apparel for agriculture, we now said, okay, so we created a farm resort so that when people they come to the farm. So you have a mindset, everybody has a mindset about farming. I remember a lot of people, when they come to our resort, they're like, oh, they thought there would be mosquitoes and all that, So we bring people to the farm for fun. So you're coming to a farm resort for your holiday, for your trainings, for your retreats, for school excursions and all that. Yeah, so let's present it like that. But when you now come inside the farm and you see that, farmers are actually living a good life. Farmers can actually live an accomplished, and fulfilled life. Farmers are also happy. Not all farmers wear the torn rags. Not all farmers live in the huts, and all that. So, and we thank God that since we started that, a lot has changed. People's mindset has really changed as we are combining tourism with agriculture at Extra Large Farms. Yeah.
You're the co-founder and managing director of the farm.
Yeah.
And Agrictourism sounds new.
Yeah.
And so is it just about, letting it look good? Or as you may want us to believe, it has any relationship with wealth creation?
Definitely. Definitely. So I was saying that you're coming into the farm, you understand, for fun, for recreation, for holidays, for vacations, for excursions, for your trainings, for your retreats. But when you come into the farm and you see how things are being run here, that's what ends up, people they start asking questions. How can I be part of this?
This is the farm?
Yes. How can I be part of this without preaching to them? So it's our own soft way of preaching about agriculture to
This is not
everybody.
a farm. Now, this is hotel. Now.
This is a farm.
This is farm. This
is a farm. This is a house in the farm. So you go to the farm, you get dirty. Like I am looking somewhat like I don't know what I look like this morning.
I don't know. This one is not farm. This is hotel.
This is a farm. Inside this farm, we have cassava farms, we have plantain farms, we have a lot of palm settlement. We produce palm oil right inside this location. We have our cattle section, we have a rabbitry, we have a farm for ostrich, we produce granules and all that. So that is what we want you to see. Don't see farming as the job for the never-do-wells. Don't see farming as once you become a farmer, your life will never be sweet again. So farmers can also live soft life.
Okay.
And then you were asking how it's related to wealth creation. So at our own farm resort, we are working towards, we're targeting 1 million visitors into that farm resort every year. Definitely, they're not going to be coming for free. They're going to be paying money. And that's estimated at about a 31 trillion naira income generating platform in a sector that is grossly untapped. Nobody is looking at that direction. Yeah. So we see children coming into the farm now for the excursions. The first thing we ask them, oh, would you like to be a farmer? Everybody says no. They don't just want to hear about farming. But by the time we take them around, they see the fun side of it and everything. We make them do things. Some children don't even know that cucumber, they thought it's been plucked from the tree. Some don't know how to plant plantain. Some don't know how their groundnut oil, the soya oil and all that comes about. We allow them see things. Then by the time they're leaving, we're asking, would you like to be a farmer? At that point, more than 80% of them are saying yes. Even the adults, you know. So it's a subtle way of just, you know, telling another side of the story as
essentially of
and
marketing
making money.
You are marketing agriculture.
Yes, please.
Okay. Now you said that naturally agriculture has some of its challenges. Of course, every field does.
Yeah.
But for those who are listening now and who remember that they grew up in farm settlements themselves, whose parents or grandparents were farmers, and who are afraid to even give that thought of farming to their children, what are those challenges in contemporary farming that you think people should be aware of, and how have you navigated them over the past 16 years?
Wow, the challenges are huge, they're enormous, they're heavy. It starts from land acquisition, you know, because most times if you want to do farming on a commercial scale, it has to be on a large, you know, expanse of land. And most times when you acquire this type of lands, you are not able to start cultivating it immediately, and it sends a wrong signal to the Omoniles, you know, and they feel, oh, they've abandoned it, and they want to do everything to ensure that they get it back from you, you know. So acquisition of land, and then, like I always say, the problem of Nigeria as it relates to agriculture is not whether we have lands. It's the fact that we are not putting our lands to effective use. You know, so how do we put it to effective use? Sourcing for laborers now to any practicing farmer is a big challenge. Nobody wants to work at the farm. So we used to have the likes of the people coming from other countries, the likes of the Togo, Benin and all that. But now with the issue of the currency, you know, not so stable, and the currency is even better than ours now, so everybody just wants to stay in their country. It's a problem. Another challenge in agriculture is, what is the right thing for you to farm, cultivate or rear that will give you good profits? Then after you've successfully reared or cultivated whatever you choose to do, how do you sell? So Nigeria is not so structured to the point where you have a ready-made market for your produce, except you go, you know, find a solution. So I always say, like in many of our trainings, we teach people not to farm and look for markets for the farming stuff they've done after they have cultivated. No, you have to source for the market before you even start the venture, or else you're going to end up in the hands of the interlopers. So something is happening, for example, now, maybe a tuber of yam is selling in the market for 5,000 naira. You will be shocked to hear that those tubers didn't leave the farm for more than 1,500 or 2,000. Who made all the profits? And that's why the farmers end up becoming poorer than they were even, you know, and some people are getting richer at the expense. So that is another challenge, you know. And then we also talk about how to, there's too much of post-harvest loss in agriculture in Nigeria, you see a lot of things just getting wasted because the farmers can't access market for their produce and all that. So those are the challenges we've faced over the years, and we've learned in a very painful way. Like they say, experience is the best teacher. So as we are going through the challenges, we're solving them, we're learning some things to never go back to. So it's not everything, to be very honest, it's not everything that is profitable in agric. So we've learned the things not to touch again, and the things we should do more as those ones are more profitable. And one of it is the tourism part. So it's a win-win because it's helping people to get more aware about agriculture, because they actually came to the farm resort for something else, but at the end of the day, they see it work here and they are interested. I've seen a lot, like 80% of our guests end up saying, I also like to have a farm, you know. So the tourism part of it, like we are attracting 1 million visitors into the farm resort every year. And like I said, it's about a 31 trillion income generating platform for those who are interested. So there is a lot of wealth flowing around that platform that we need to let people know, open their eyes and see what to do about it. So not only are you coming in to learn about agriculture, not only are you coming in to see it done practically, not only are you going to be able to have access to quality 100% natural food products, but you will also now be able to create transgenerational wealth for yourself through agriculture and tourism with extra large farms.
Interesting.
Thank you.
I heard you are having a summit coming up soon.
Yes, please.
Tell us about it. Thank
you. So before I tell you about the summit, I'd like people to take this number down so that it doesn't become a problem trying to reach us.
No, we will definitely take those numbers, but I'm ready to take mine.
So for the summit that is coming up, we're doing it in 3 ways. We're having a virtual one. We're having one somewhere in Lagos, Ebony Life Cinemas to be precise. And then we're having another one. We're bringing people live to this farm resort that you're seeing on our screen, and you will be with us for 3 days, so you know we can relate very well. So for everybody who will be interested, you're just sending AG Summit to us via WhatsApp on 081 71 60 6021 081 71 60 6021. So we'll be talking about agriculture and how you can make money from it. Then for the agricultural tourism, let me give you a very good example. So like I said, 1 million tourists come into the year and into the resorts, you know, annually, and only 10% of that number sleeping over for minimum 2 days at our resorts is giving us a demand for 2,085 accommodation facilities to be provided, so that when our guests come, as they have already started coming, you know, they will have a place to stay. So now we're giving people an opportunity to own homes inside the resort, inside the farm resort. So you have a home right inside the resort. It's an holiday home. You're having a home in a commercial city. It's not just about like, okay, so that's what it looks like. And the minimum you can have there is a 2-bedroom bungalow. So, but it's not just about owning a house and you become a broke landlord. It's not just about owning a house so that you're waiting for the future when it will appreciate. It's about what you can start making immediately and what you will still keep making for life. That's why I call it transgenerational. I give an example. Maybe on the mainland now, you want to have a 2-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom house. You won't be needing less than 100 to 150 million by the time you buy the land, you build and all that. And if you're making rent of, let's say, max 3 million naira, you know, I'm not sure it's even up to that. It's about 2 million, 2.5 on the mainland, for example. So you will need, and you've invested 100 million in putting that structure together. So it means that you will need 40 years of, you know, getting that rent before you can even talk of recouping your initial capital. And we all know what would have happened to that house in 40 years to come. It will be dilapidated, it will be old-fashioned, it will require lots of maintenance and all that. But here we are giving you a house where you can earn daily. As people are coming to the resort, there is a huge demand. People are coming for different reasons, you know, for their holidays, vacations. And I'm also encouraging everybody listening to me this morning. You're looking for a perfect holiday place at the peak of nature, at the peak of serenity, peace, ambience, beauty, luxury, then you should be thinking of extra large farms. So as all those people are coming, into the resort, they require accommodation, So we've already provided a market down for our homeowners. So as people are coming, they're paying for their accommodation. You have a house there, you are earning immediately. At the moment, we're selling like a 2-bedroom bungalow in that city for about 45 million naira. And there's capacity to earn between 9 to 10 million naira rental income every year, because you're earning 150,000 per night, for example. Even if you're making that on just 30 out of 52 weekends in a year, that's about 9 million naira. I don't know where else you can do that kind of little investment and be making that much without your active participation. So we'll be talking about that at the summit. Then we'll also be talking about, other ways of farming. Like I said, it's a challenge, land acquisition, sourcing for laborers and all that. What is the other way? What are the other ways of farming, that you wouldn't need to require that much land and that much labor, and then you now have a secured and guaranteed access to sell your produce as they're coming out. So we're building a family within the extra large company. Presently, we're about 127,000 members, not only in Nigeria, but all over the world, who have a passion first for agriculture, healthy living, and then now, the agritourism that we have put into it. So there's a platform for everybody. Somebody's listening to me right now. You are a stinking millionaire or billionaire, and you're looking for what is the right thing to invest in. There's a platform for you. Own a house. We manage it for you, and you're earning your rental incomes. Somebody's like, oh, me, I don't have millions. I just have a few thousands. What can I start it with? We have a package for you. Somebody's like, me, I don't even have any money. I'm just looking for what I can do. There is something for everybody. So whether you're high, you're low, you're average, there is something within this value chain, that can fetch you unending wealth through agricultural tourism.
And the person will only need to send...
Yes, so to attend that summit, just send AG Summit. So we're going to have one on Zoom next week, Sunday, the 8th of September.
AG Summit to who?
To that WhatsApp number.
0817.
Yes, 08171 606021. Our website, www.agritechcity.com. They can just check it out.
Tech City.
Yes. Agritech.
Yes,
agrictechcity.com. Yes, .com. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's our website, and we are also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. Just catch us. We have a robust channel on YouTube, Extra Large Farms TV on YouTube. But before we start rounding up, I have a good news for a number of people that are listening to us this morning. So we ordinarily, for the virtual summit, that's the one that will be happening on Zoom, it's ordinarily supposed to cost 100,000 for you to participate, because we're going to have 2 different sessions in that meeting. But for those who are listening to me right now, and the first 100 people to send AG Summit virtual, that means you want to go virtual, just send it to me. You will not need to pay 1 kobo. We're going to give you free admittance into the sessions, and you will not need to pay anything. That's for the virtual. Then there's the second one also coming up at Ebony Life Cinemas on the 10th of September. It's a Tuesday. Where we're also going to be going practically into all these things. Yes, that's the website. Okay. So for those who want to be with us at the Ebony Life Cinemas, I call it Lunch with MD. By the way, my name is Moji Davis, and I'm also a managing director of a company, so it's MD raised to power 2. So just send Lunch with MD, or still send your AG Summit still to that number, 081 71 60 6021. For that other program as well, it costs 100,000 to attend, but for the first 100 people again that will be sending that message right now, you will not need to pay a dime.
To come and have lunch. To
come and have lunch with me, and let's talk business, and let's see how practical this thing is. So it's no longer something we're talking about on the phone. We can sit down and discuss. And then the third one, which is the most beautiful one. So we want to host you at this city. It's a city because it's not just about a farm resort and all that. course is coming in there. An helipad is coming into that farm, so you can fly with your chopper from any part of the world. By the way, I forgot to also let you know that we are just 20 minutes away from the border. So you are at our
Where
farm
is
resort.
this location?
Ota Idiroko Road in Ogun State.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think the major landmark is Covenant University or Winners, yeah. So from Winners, Covenant is about 40 minutes to the resort, and it's just a straight road. It's right on the express and you just come in. So from our location to the border is another 15, 20 minutes drive. So you can as well be with us and choose to just, take a trip down to Cotonou or wherever and still be back on the same day. There's a location not too far from us also, that is very close to the Atlantic Ocean, where from our resort there to that place is about another 45 minutes, and you are 10 minutes away by speedboat to either Lekki or Apapa, still from this resort. So for those who will be owning homes there, or those who will be coming in to do business with us there, it's not just a property you're buying. You are buying an already established and well profitable business. You're also buying into the future of agricultural tourism in Nigeria. So I said we are bringing you into the city, 3 days of fun, 3 days of relaxation, 3 days of enjoyment, 3 days of also learning practically. We'll be together. We have fantastic accommodation like you've seen on the slides showing there. So now ordinarily to have a 3 days vacation at a resort should cost you about 300,000 thereabout. But for those who are listening to me this morning, with your 150,000, we're going to host you for 3 days. Your feeding, your accommodation, the training, everything covered. Just for the first 100 people also that are going to be calling me. All this is happening in the month of September. And all you need to do is to just send the AG Summit right now to 081-71-60-60-21. So with 150,000, you're coming practically to this resort. You want to come and see it, whether what we're saying is true or false. And for those who don't mind sharing room with somebody, then you even have another fantastic discount. Just pay 80,000 naira and you will be there. Plus, we'll be presenting certificates at the end of the program so that, people, what we want is for people to come, learn, and get started immediately,
Interesting.
Thank you.
So, I don't even know where to begin. But, all the pictures that you've shown, the website,
Agritech City,
agritechcity.com.
Yes, please.
I think it gives all of the information. I hope this number is also there.
Yes, this number is there.
Someone is on the bus now and is not able to take these numbers. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Dr. Mrs. Moji Davids is the co-founder and managing director of Extra Large Farms. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you so much for having us.